and welcome to Ozarks Live. Thank you for joining us, and look who's with me today. Kallie is with me today. Good to see you.
Yeah, it's nice to be back.
What you been up to lately?
Oh, you know,
Living
waking up
large?
early.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that. That's not always a lot of fun, is it?
It takes a while to get used to.
Yes, it does. Just to get the eyeballs working like in conjunction with each other. That gets a little tough.
For sure.
Have you been having fun, though, doing that?
Oh, yeah. All of the fun.
Oh, well, anyway, thank you for being here, because otherwise I'd be talking to that pillow there, and that looks like really silly stuff. So
That'd be weird.
she's with me today. Now, you may have noticed that yesterday I wasn't on the weather tour. I'd planned to go out to Wild Animal Safari, but they suffered a little damage from the storms on Tuesday night. However, the damage has been repaired, and they will be opening back up tomorrow for the Memorial Day weekend. So if you had plans to go out there, you know, they're open, they're ready for business. I think they had the roof on the giraffe enclosure.
How did they get that fixed so fast?
That's why I don't do that stuff, because I couldn't do it. But yeah, and of course it's a big, tall enclosure, but it can kind of act like a sail. You know, roofs can do that, as we saw from a lot of the...
Yeah, lots of damage from those storms.
Now, we have a great show for you this afternoon. Council of Churches is back with Supreme Bakery.
And we get to see Joy go behind the counter at Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, but first, here's what's on the radar. All right, in the worlds of agriculture and horticulture, I have what's known as a black thumb. Yeah, outside of weeds, I can't grow anything. I have, however, found a way to overcome this blemish on my career, which will take no real effort on my part, as long as I move to the Pacific Northwest at the right time. Washington State's governor has signed legislation allowing the composting of human bodies instead of burial or cremation. Licensed facilities are now authorized to accept your loved one's bodily remains for natural organic reduction. Now, after a few weeks, 2 wheelbarrows of organic mulch are returned to the family. It's a mixture of straw, wood chips, and, well, you know who. Yeah. At that point, the family can spread the memorial compost on the garden, helping nature, and nurture new life. And it may be much more environmentally friendly, but you're going to really have to pay attention to detail when you're mowing the lawn. Yeah, because I mow over little things, and yeah. What do you think about that?
Not the weirdest idea, maybe?
I wonder what it does like to the resale value of your house, though. You probably want to keep quiet on that.
And I wonder how it evolves into the soil, and do we have different compounds in our system that...
I'm sure we do, but it's like the dust and you shall return to dust kind of thing.
True.
They're just taking it to the to the extent of you're not in a box anymore, you're out there growing a tree.
I wonder how much money you save.
I don't know. That'd be a good, but it's just signed into legislation, so I should probably look and see what the dollar amount is on that. Yeah.
Speaking of signing, have you signed the petition?
Obviously not. What petition?
Many Marvel fans have already made up their minds about who the next Wolverine should be. This one might surprise you. A new petition on change.org calls for Danny DeVito to play the character in the new generation of Marvel films. And one of the biggest media mergers ever, Disney officially acquired 21st Century Fox back in March, which means the comic brand may soon cast a new actor to suit up in Wolverine's claws. Last time I looked, over 23,000 fans have signed their names, hoping the It's All Sunny in Philadelphia actor will bring the X-Men role to life. If the film is rebooted, DeVito will have big shoes to fill if he's tapped for that job. Australian actor Hugh Jackman, as we all know, was Wolverine for nearly 2 decades.
How would you feel if you were Hugh Jackman and you found out, yeah, you're being replaced by Danny DeVito?
I don't know. I'd like to see his comments on this.
I would too. I would like to see DeVito play the role too. Of course, he'd slash people on the shins and things like that.
Right. The height difference might be challenging, but he looked good in that promo, in the little picture they made of it.
Yeah, he made a good penguin, in the Batman, the old Batman movies.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito's the Wolverine. He's not much taller than a Wolverine, I don't think.
Yeah, maybe
that would be funny.
That's his goal.
Okay, I'm going to sign that petition. Now, Ever since the Jetsons was on TV, everyone has wanted their own flying car, okay?
For sure.
You know it's true. The problem is, once you have one, what are you going to do with it? Where are you going to land this thing? It's really not very handy if you have to set it down at the nearest airport and then get a car and fight local traffic. Kind of defeats the whole purpose of having the thing in the first place. Well, future residents of Paramount Miami World Center, a 600-unit condominium now under construction, may be the first in the world with a private skyport. The flying car technology is already here, but the timeline for private use or taxi service is probably a decade or so away. So in order to succeed, infrastructure has to keep pace. Kind of an if you build it, they will come mentality. Construction is expected to be complete by the end of this year with a few penthouse condos still available. No word yet on outdoor treadmills at this time, however.
My jaw is dropped. That looks awesome.
Doesn't it? Would you get into a flying taxi? Like especially if there was no pilot in this flying taxi?
You know, I'd wait a few times for the other people to do it, and then I'd be like, okay, this is safe.
Probably, yeah, that's probably a wise idea. I'm a little skeptical even about these driverless cars.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that can go wrong.
I would want to be in one of the kind that there is a wheel that you can grab if you need to.
Right, like the driving in school, the student drivers.
Yes.
How you always have a break.
Yeah. That I just have a hard time thinking of going down a highway at 70 miles an hour and there's no steering wheel.
It would be nice to sleep though.
I mean, we fly planes like that all the time. The pilot much of the time is there for the takeoff and the landing, but in between it flies itself. So if they can do it at 30,000 feet, I guess on the ground might be pretty good. Of course, you don't have planes going by.
Yeah, there's more cars on the road.
That's true. All right, coming up, Brad Gray from the Greater Springfield Farmers Market is stopping by.
Don't go away, Ozarks Live is just getting started.